Alright guys, today I'm doing a setup video on the 257 Condor, also pretty much general long-range air gunning, what you need, what helps. So, we'll start with the Condor. I have a 30-inch TJ barrel. It's a 1 in 14 twist, 257 caliber, obviously. It's a phenomenal barrel. It's extremely accurate. With most of my bullets, half-inch groups at 100. I will post groups soon and show different bullets and different groupings at different yards. We're going to push this thing as far as we can because I now have a cold shot. This thing is a must if you want to go past 400 yards. There's no way I could have gone past that without it. I had the FX scope rings, but I do not have those right now because I had 11mm dovetail, and as you can see, that will not work with the Weaver on the cold shot. Next, we got the Hawk 8x32 times 52, I think it is. I love the scope. It was a decent price. Back to the cold shot. So, you have 300 minutes of angle with this. I can go past it. It was like, I think 326 minutes angle. And how it works is there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 1 minute of angle, and it's got 4 clicks up to that. I'm going to show you how you can get this thing to work. So obviously you're going to scroll, and this is going to move your scope down. And as you saw, it was parallel with the barrel. Now I'm cranking it up, and you'll see this thing at a very steep angle. This will allow you to go way past 500 yards with a Condor set up like this. So as you can see, it has a pretty good angle. I'm pretty sure my ballistic calculator on Strelok Pro said I could go to a little bit over, I think it was like 1,008 yards or something along the lines of that. Maybe it's 1,100. But yes, this is a must. It also has, you can't really see, but back here, there is a level bubble, sorry. And we got the level bubble here too. If you're going past 400 yards, you need a level. Otherwise, if you can't, it'll be off from inches to feet. Depends on how far you're shooting. Bipod, that's a must. Well, it's preferred. Definitely helps. This one is a UTG. I can't remember exactly which one it is. It's really good bipod for an air gun, but I personally think for this air gun or any big bores, I would choose something different. It kind of moves with the gun, as you can see, and I would like it if I could press against it, and when the kick comes back, it shoots it right back, but kind of moves with it. From Marauder or whatever else, you got the Imrex Gauntlet, that would be amazing because there's no kick. This gun actually doesn't have a lot of kick, but it helps. I threw some rails on just to add some weight, and it's really taken the kick down. And my accuracy has definitely gone up. Excuse my Kydex cheek riser. This is in the first stage of testing. It's a little ugly right now. So, on to the good stuff. I want to give a huge thanks to Doug Noble. This could not be here and shooting like it is today without Doug Noble's work. He machined this barrel, fitted it, and he did everything in one day. It was actually pretty insane. I was shocked. Then, okay, if you want to shoot bullets, I shoot, lightest I've shot is 73 grains to 102 grains. You gotta have Doug Noble's valve. It's right here. You can't see it, obviously. And Doug Noble's hammer. It's the green and gold thing right there. And you can see the top hat and part of the valve. That's Doug's. My experience is the best you can get. The extreme valve doesn't conserve as much air as Doug's and doesn't produce the power. It's still a great valve, but I prefer this. And let's move on to air. So with the Condor, you cannot sit there and find a shot string. I mean, you can, but it's not going to be very accurate at all. So this needs to be tethered. So since it needs to be tethered, I first got this Air Venturi 90 cubic inch tank, and I had to modify it. It says the output, the regulated output's like 2900 psi. Mine was at first 2850, then went down to 2400 all of a sudden. It was weird, so I asked Doug about it, and he said, well, you gotta get Belleville washers, stack them up. There's no precise science. If you guys want me to do a video on that, I can do that. And then on to the next thing. So I got this from Air Tanks for Sale. It's really well built. I got it with a Scba 347. This is the input pressure on the left and the output pressure going to the gun on the right. So once you hook it up, this will shoot up to, let's say, 4,500. You increase like this, just go like this way, and you'll see it rise up to the desired pressure. At the moment, I only have the stock tank that will be gone in a week and a half. It goes up to 3,000 psi. I have pushed it to 3,200, but I keep it at 3,100. I mean, when it's a tank right by your face and it's not meant to go over 3,000, you gotta be safe. And I would not recommend going over it. So it's got a CJ 347 to a 7-foot hose. And my other part of my air setup is I got a SCBA, not a Scba, SCBA tank. It was like 100, I think it was like 120 bucks. It's a 45-minute tank, aka 66 cubic feet. And it's a Survive Air. Got it on eBay from Canada. It was pretty quick shipping for Canada. And Air Tanks for Sale also got me this. This is a CJ 347. Then this allows the air to come out and twist it, and a male Foster fit. So I decided to take the chance and buy the Young Hang compressor. I mean, this thing is actually amazing. I have probably filled my tanks, good lord, I filled this from 0 to 4,500 once, and then 3,000 to 4,500 over 50 times. It does need a bucket, so this hose goes to the pump. This goes up, cools down the machine. This comes out. I take jugs, milk jug and juice jug, fill it with water, freeze it, throw it in there. give it like, 5 minutes before. And you can see it's down to 16 degrees Celsius, or maybe you cannot see. But you can't let it go over 65. I mean, this thing is a champ. I mean, it only goes in 2.5 minute burst, but the 66 cubic foot, I get probably 300 in a 2.5 minute burst. This, so it's like right at 4,000. To get to 4,500, it'll probably be 2 little bursts and take probably 4 minutes total. So, I talked about how pellets are not going to go long range. I mean, it can go long range, but not the ranges I went. I went 400 plus. I actually barely ever shoot my Condor to... Actually, no, I never shoot it at anything less than 100 or even 150. Now that I got the cold shot, I 0 to 100, and I've got the quarter mile. Got into 500 and some yards, just a little over, and that's about it so far. I just got the cold shot. Also, for the compressor, you're going to need Anywhere 46 hydraulic fluid. I got this huge thing for $12.99 at Pep Boys. There's a lot of people that can recommend something that's just like that. I am personally not one of those people that knows that. Not very informed on compressors or what will substitute. So, also, chronograph. This is a must. It's one that is a pretty cheap one, and it is extremely accurate, and I love it. Oh, and excuse the kitchen long-range setup. It's going to be here until my girlfriend flips out and I have to move it. So on to the bullets. I have 3 and I'm about to order another. So I got the 257 420. It's a 70 grain. But I am getting 73 grains with 2% tin and the rest lead. This is the 73 grain. They're actually amazing up to 440 yards. That's the farthest I push it to. But I'm getting like half inch. It's like a half inch, 0.6 of an inch at 100 yards. Groupings are pretty much on par with that up to 440. This, my favorite, is the 257 388 from Arsenal Molds. 85 grain. It comes out to 85 grains when I use them. So it's a nice Spitzer bullet. It's got a pretty good ballistic coefficient. That's my favorite and the most accurate. I will be recording some groups. I got 0.3 inches, and normally it's half an inch at 100 yards, but I got it down to 0.3 inches. And the last, so this one is the 102 grain Spitzer. It is the 257 418. That is a mold I've been looking for a long time. I saw another YouTuber get these going, and we're hitting stuff consistently at 440 yards, and I thought, well, I must have that. So I found this on eBay. I really outbid someone because I wanted it so bad, which is probably stupid, but hey, I got it. This is a Lyman Ideal mold. It actually came with the original box, which maybe I'm geeky, but I think this is pretty damn cool. And I could not find handles for it, but the Lee 6-cavity fit. It fits perfect, and I've not had any problems. Obviously, you need a scale. If you don't weigh your bullets and you don't know how much they weigh, and one could be 75 grain and one could be 70, we'll just say 3. and your accuracy is going to be off. Your feet per second is going to be off. I mean, like I said, you need to regulate a Condor like this to get amazing accuracy, but when you do, you're going to get insane sub-MOA. In a Condor, I can't really speak for any other. I use the Lee Liquid Alox bullet lubricant. I feel that it helps a little bit with the velocity, maybe not. I mean, it could be just me. It would only be a few feet per second, but it's easier to chamber because without that, it isn't like a real struggle. It's like trying to wrestle these bullets into the barrel. And this is, I think it's a Lee. I'm pretty sure it's a Lee. Yes, Lee hand sizer. You can't just cook up these bullets and then throw it in your gun and shoot it and expect it to be accurate. To get accuracy with a Condor, you need to size them. The 85 grams come out to 258, and which I need for my personal barrel, which a lot of people would have the same, is you would need it to be sized to 2.572, and Doug also machined this sizer to that exact measurement. So pretty much what you do is you crank this up, put the bullet in here, right in there, slam it down like that, and you got a sized bullet. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but especially after you're taking a few pounds of lead. And so as you can see, this, right, the bands are a little bit shinier. It's been sized and will be very accurate. If you have the bullet size too small or too long, then you're going to lose accuracy. And that's pretty much all I got for you guys. This is the Condor and long range air gunning guide. Some musts. Oh, one thing, which is a 100% must. Rangefinder. This one is a very cheap one. It is not clear at all, but it does the job. I need it to go to 450. I have another Simmons. It's another cheap one, but it does the job for now. I'm definitely probably going to upgrade very soon. Also, one last thing. Shooting bag. Squeeze bag. Whatever you want to call it. There's probably a million names. So, this is a Tough Force. I really like it. You can, well, you have to fill it yourself through here. So you can fill it all the way, and you can put this in place of the bipod and shoot like that, which mine is not filled all the way, so it looks weird. And you should fill it like that, flatten this out, use it as a front right here, or rear rest under the tank. Then, I mean, there's like a million ways you can use this. I personally fill it halfway. I tie it together like this, and I just configure it however I need. So, sometimes I need it exactly like that. Sometimes I put it up like this. Whatever. I mean, I personally think it's a must. You need to be able to control your trigger and not jerk it or muscle it, or there's a lot of important things that you need to do. This can help. Alright guys, well I think that's it. If you want me to do the video on the air venturi regulator. I will show you how to modify that to the exact PSI you want. It's not an exact science, but I can show you how to, test it and see where it is and go from there. Alright, thanks guys for watching. Have a good one. Alright guys, sorry about the editing, well, lack of. I actually have not a lot of time, but I wanted to get this out to you guys. So, this is a must. One of the most important things. This is a dope book. DOPE, Data on Previous Engagement. This will allow you to go back and make first shot hits at a certain yardage if your abilities and the bullet and everything else is good. So I put like formulas, like I got offline for, shooting at angles, and tells the equation and it gives the cosines, where certain bullets are the most accurate at feet per second, how many grains they are, shot strings at different temperatures, the ballistic coefficient, obviously, which you need. So I know camera job is not the best. It's a data book. I really am not too worried. So I drew up a fake data book page, dope book page. You don't need the date, but I like the date. This is a bullet, 257-420, 73 grains, which I know, but... So the first part, this is real. Temperature, 64 degrees. Humidity, 34%. Barometric pressure, 30.08. You can actually take all those numbers, combine it in one, and get density altitude. This is not the actual real density altitude, combining all three of those. Regulated pressure is 3,000 psi, feet per second at 64 degrees, average 1050, which actually is real. Ballistic coefficient 0.9521, you need that. And say we're doing 600 yards. So, also you need to write 0. 0 for this is 100 yards. The rest of this is fake. So, Strelok Pro, that's the ballistic calculator I use. So it's saying at 600 yards, the predicted MOA needed is 51, or it drops 251 inches at 600 yards. Like I said, this is just made up. It's not going to be even close to on par what it would really be. Actual bullet drop. In real life, you're using cold shot, or your turrets, or a combination and the mil dots. The real bullet drop in inches, 240. Or you can do the actual MOA needed, 48. And once you get that, you come back into your dope book. There's going to be millions of these pages. And you say, oh, density altitude. That was 320. Well, today, the density altitude is 320, The temperature, humidity, barometric pressure all matches today. So as long as you have the right feet per second, the power wheel set, it regulated to the same pressure, same bullet, same 0, then you can go straight to 600 yards, crank 48 MOA, and cold shot, or like I said, all three in a combination if you really like. Then, as long as your shooting techniques are perfect and your aim's good, then you will hit it first try. Alright guys, well that's the last thing, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you have questions, if you want me to go into more depth about certain things, the dope book, ballistic coefficient, feet per second, whatever you need, just leave me a comment and I will try and get to that as best as I can. Thanks, guys. Have a great one. Thanks for watching.